This is a bigger global ideological struggle. Uh, what's the solution?
Well, yeah, like I said, we're at a disadvantage in the West in that we don't have an ideology like Marxism Leninism, which again provides an extremely powerful basis for actions. And again, it's catching on. I mean, you can declare that there are multiple genders, but the truth is there are only two genders, male and female, and that's a fundamental truth. But these fundamental truths are being attacked. And until we can come up with some clear way to understand that, and again, I try to do this in my counter proposal during the VOC podcast, as I call it. And I think that's really the key: is try to educate people to make them aware first of the fallacies of Marxism, Leninism, communism, and then what are some of real world solutions to the problems that communism is seeking to address.
Well, so earlier you mentioned you described communism as an anti-human ideology. What makes it anti-human? What's anti-human about the oppressors standing up to the what
Oppressed.
what's anti-human about the oppressed standing up to the oppressors? What's anti-human about China standing up to American imperialism? Or
Well, yeah. First of all, the human has if the human is simply another form of animal, then you can rationalize and justify any kind of horrible action. But if a human has both a physical body and a spiritual body, which again is a concept that I advocate, then it has a totally different value. And the value, again, is the human's relationship to the creator. And that's really the key. So when you remove that value, that human value, which has an eternal value, and just say that it's matter in motion, that's where the crimes of communism. And this was something that Alexander Solzhenitsyn produced in his landmark work, the Gulag Archipelago. He pointed out that the Soviet system was an anti-human system because it was based on the idea that people are not really human in the sense they're just another form of animal rather than being a child of the creator.
Well, I think that's a very good example, a very good explanation of why the Chinese Communist Party is so threatened by the United States. Because at the United States core is the idea that we have inalienable rights that come from the Creator, that these rights are something transcendent, that they aren't given by a government, that can be taken away or given whenever they want. And that's the world the Chinese Communist Party wants, something that's a world run by bureaucracy that can make the decisions for people because there isn't anything that exists outside of humanity.
If they're essentially people become cogs in the socialist system, right?
Yep, atoms bumping around.
And that is the main contribution of Vladimir Lenin to communism. That the theories of Marx and Engels were philosophical foundation, and Lenin said, "Look, only a ruthless revolutionary vanguard party can do history's bidding." Again, history being this nebulous, unguided movement from feudalism to communism ultimately. And the Chinese have perfected that. They've used their high technology to enhance party control and to almost nearly eliminate dissidents. I mean, I call it high-tech totalitarianism that you see today. Not only can China recognize people by their face, they have the capability to watch how people walk, their gait. And this is an extremely powerful control mechanism. And also they control information. So when you control the information, you can prevent people from understanding what's really going on. And they've achieved a degree of control that is unprecedented, I think, in history, and it's increasing. They're using that not only domestically to control the Chinese population, but now we see that more so in the United Front Work Department influence operations, which are reaching extraordinary levels. And the West has really no defense against that because they haven't been able to fully recognize the danger posed by this ideological threat that, as I call it.